What is up, everybody? We're going to find edge with a prop trader. Let me put this stuff. So this is going to be a very long video going through all these statistics. So what we have right now is point-to-point scalp hold. These are going to be your bigger picture ideas. Inflection points, these are going to be locations on the chart or price action. Chewy?
Hello.
Yeah, just pretend it's me and you. Don't worry about anybody else. So are your inflection points
I would say these are setups that I'm looking for, typically.
24-hour value area, no inflection point, 30-minute value area, high-low of day, edge zone. What's an edge zone again? I think you told me.
It's a significant imbalance, and I put a volume filter on it so it sticks out like a sore thumb. And
that's the what you showed me on the footprint?
Yeah, it's footprint stuff.
All right. In-betweeners, this is a newer tag group, correct?
Yep.
Yeah,
the B2B moment is a setup that I've been working on for a while. It's where you have an edge zone, and the edge zone doesn't work. Typically, edge zones are either support, resistance, and if you find that there is stability below, say we're coming into a supportive edge zone, and there's stability below, we're starting to trade below it, I will take the short against the edge zone and try to pick up a sweep to the downside. And that's like a vice versa B2B moment. I've noticed that the shorts
so this tag complements edge zones?
Yeah, they go hand in hand. And
Does
then
it
the
go with
30
any of the
minute
others? Just real quick.
no.
It doesn't. So it's these two tags. I need to know that. So those two tags work together.
Yep.
Okay.
And then the 30-minute, 5-minute, 1-minute, and then sub 1 minute easy are all different time frames of edge zones. These all different time frames have different order flow, different price action, and
so when we're filtering your trades, we don't need to. This shit doesn't really go a 24-hour.
No, none of it. Anytime there's an edge zone tag from, I forget what date that I added these, but it'll always be paired with one of those time frames. So now I know which time frame of edge zone. That's why I started tracking this tag, is so I know which time frame I'm best on.
What time frame you're looking at?
Yeah.
So your executions go with all of these tags, I imagine.
Yep.
All right. Then we obviously have errors, daily tags, day type, confusion, read on price action. These are my tags, which you're using. For emotions, and what do you think? Trend or range? Have you been tracking this by any chance?
I have.
You have?
I have. Yeah, I've been tracking all of them.
Have you been pretty accurate of knowing if we're in a trend versus a range?
Typically, typically I am, but I don't think it really has a big factor in how I perform, but I do track them.
All right. So if anybody wants to use this software at the moment of streaming, this is free. Link in the description, unless you're watching the live stream right this moment. So I guess this is kind of going to be a tutorial, like how to use this software to find edge, but also me and Shui need to do this. Like, I need to know how the fuck he's performing. This is why we put this together. So this is all your trades. So let's, and this is going to be my section, don't touch. So him and I had a conversation earlier today. His performance started to suffer this month. We didn't know if it was a volatility change or some shit. But but we started to notice your scalps were performing a lot better. So him and I like analyzed his stats some time ago, and his scalp trading kind of wasn't doing good. And then we figured out what made it good. Do you feel like you were leaning more into what made your scalps better?
Yeah.
Okay,
Almost every scalp that I take now is inspired by the
that
tag that
tag.
we found that was performing.
So we're gonna look at his point to points versus scalps versus holds. Yeah, your scalping's doing really well. So what's interesting is Chewy and I looked at his trading, and he's one of my prop traders. And we're still kind of, in our infancy. It's not like we're out here crushing it, or he's still practicing and shit, but he's gathering statistics. But anyways, him and I looked at your stats here. Remember, we looked at your stats back here, and we noticed your scalps performed like shit compared to your holds, which is the blue and the point to points.
Mm-hmm.
And we figured out a good tag combination, which was the edge zone tag, wasn't it?
Yep.
So it was this combination right here, scalps and this tag, where he started to perform really well. Actually, we can do this. Oh, you put in your tags today. Good job. So look, check this out. You can hit scalp, and then we'll look at edge zone. We'll hit calculate stats. So far, you've taken almost 200 of these trades, 39% win rate. For some reason, you're making money on it. And the average trade size. Well, how many contracts do you trade usually?
2.
Minis. Okay.
Yeah, 2 minis.
That's interesting. So we can see what your win rate is with that.
Also, something that's gonna make it kind of hard to fully digest that data right there is like, I do go on tilt, and
Yeah.
I take, sometimes I settle for not so great trades.
Well, here's
But
what we'll do. Let's take a look. Hold on. Oops. So if you're using this, you can do this and split it, copy, and paste. So it is still a little buggy at times. I'm going to drag this tab over to the left for now. Just reload the page. There we go. So let's look at, and then you can drag that down. Let's look at your clear versus confused, which I need to figure out where the fuck they are. Clear on the left, confused on the right. Well, that's interesting, dude. Look at the performance on your Wow, dude, when you're clear on your fucking holds, look how they just kind of
they don't work. They just
I'm
flatline,
curious
really.
how much you're leaving on the table with your holds. I bet
Lots.
Okay, we'll look. Your scalps perform really good when you're clear. I mean, when you're confused, they obviously you don't perform well at all, but let's get rid of those tags. So this is his read on price action. What he's doing is he's tagging live during the session. And that's today. You can see he tags if he's clear or confused. It's on a loop timer. So this is a good tag for some of you guys to have. Like, are you clear or are you confused about the price action? Like, it's just a good fucking tag to have. So we're gonna garbage can that. Now what I'm interested in here is, he was performing real. And what's interesting is when we figured out that tag combination, you started to perform really well, but these others started to suffer. But also, when these other ones here, when we first looked at them, they were real sideways. The blue and the purple line, they were really sideways. It's almost like you're stuck in a range with them. There's something going on with your holds and your point to points where you do well, but then you do like shit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's just a period where they work, but then there's a period where they're not, and you're just kind of like experiencing this sort of really fucking break even trading with them. So
Mhm.
how do we figure out what's causing these down trends in your equity line? We need to figure out what's doing that. If maybe we won't find something, maybe we will.
My first guess would be either how I'm doing on a trend day versus a balanced day would be my first thought. And by the way, my boss did text me. He said 4:30, so I got to leave at 4
Okay,
o'clock
let me
central
know when
now.
you're ready. Well, we'll just continue to keep working. Let's actually look at your um holds here. I want to look at it like the MFE. I want to see how much you're like leaving on the table. So what you do is you go to this gear icon here and you can go show MAE and MFE. So these are your hold tags. And what's going on is you can see he does leave quite a bit on the table. See how far up this line is? That means a lot of it came back before he got out. This trade instantly worked and then it came all the way back. That's what that's telling me.
Yeah.
Um, this one and it come back. So you're getting into trades and you want this bottom line to your MAE to typically be really close to the equity line, which I would say, I know that you got to let some of these holds breathe, but honestly, it seems like you're getting into them well, and it seems like a lot of the problem is you're leaving a fuckload on the table in
Yeah.
certain areas.
Yep. Definitely, I've been experiencing that.
But even in this section you're drawing down, something is happening in here.
Mm.
It's not working in your favor and you're just getting blasted or something, or you're taking the loss. I don't know if you're like not confident in that section. Maybe there's emotions. Let me look at your point to points. So we'll edit it and I'll go to point to points, which I know is hard to see. So let's actually change that purple color and lighten it up a little bit. Or I can just do that. Oof. Your point to points. Wow, you had tight entries there where they were, even your point to points, you're still leaving some on the table. But what the fuck is happening here? It's like the trades are instantly not working. That's why this is
Mhm.
drawing down. You're getting into insta losers. For some reason, you're getting out of these trades and they're just like instantly going against you. You see that?
Yeah.
So whatever you're trying to do with your point to points, I don't know if like you're just not letting it breathe and you're panicking out and treating it like a scalp or some shit.
Yeah, it could be. By the way, question about the software. Do you think it would be beneficial because I understand that each one of those dots on the chart is an individual trade, right?
Yeah.
So, do you think if you hover on it, it should show you what tags were accompanied by that trade?
Yeah, eventually you'll be able to click to it and go to that exact trade and it'll
Yeah,
it'll take you to like
that's cool.
here. It'll take you to like this trade or whatever.
Gotcha. All right. Cool.
Um, so let's figure out. Let's start with your. Let's just start with the holds. Because I need to figure out how I want to go through this. The thing is, when you have this shit, you need to figure out like this. This is an art form, like trying to figure out. Uh, so we're gonna take off that. Trying to figure out like what the fuck is going on. So one thing we can do is I can build out a complex filter, which I think I might do. Every trade has an inflection point, correct?
Yeah, about 98% of them, I'd say.
Okay.
99 probably.
So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna actually get rid of that. I'm gonna garbage can this. Shrink this back up, and then build something here. We're gonna do the 1, 2, 3. So we're gonna look at these same trades, but we're gonna go like. Actually, how many? Let me copy and paste the journal to another window. So I'm gonna build out this really kooky fucking filter. It's gonna take me a minute to do. Um, so so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna kind of hack it in a way. So I'm gonna make this white. It may change colors, but I'm gonna go to where is it? P&L, add filter, and I'm gonna put minus 1,000,000. Because you haven't took $1,000,000 losing trade yet. And
Hopefully
we're gonna,
never will.
yeah, right. We'll make this say scalps. I'm gonna reorder your trades. I'm gonna put the scalp at the top, and then I'm gonna do this, and then we'll do tag, add filter, and there are 5 inflection tags. So what I'm going to do is press scalp 24-hour value area. Which, what color is that? Yellow, I think. I recommend doing this. I know this isn't going to be the most amazing fucking, like, it's going to be a little slow to watch this, but this is how I build out these kooky ass filters. It'll make sense. Let's see if I can get it to need it to default red. It's not. So notice how it says number of trades. So you can go to this column thing, and there will be a master toggle at some point. But this is the data that I'm most interested in right here. So this is and for some reason it's bugged a little bit. There it goes. So this is your scalp trade with the 24-hour inflection point. You've taken 4 of those trades at a 50% win rate. Your scalp with the no inflection point combination, we can see we're losing money there. 14 trades at a 21% win rate. You've lost 800. Scalp, and what I'm doing is I'm doing every scalp combo and just working my way down this. Which I want to color it, whatever color that is, which I can actually pull it up. I'm going to copy and paste it. But once this filter is built, we don't have to do this again, and it's very hard to see, but it's there. I'm going to kind of brighten it up a little bit. So this is scalp with 30-minute value area. You've taken 8 trades. Tag, add filter. This is going to be your scalp with your high-low of day. We're going to make this pink, which it is. Scalp with high-low of day, you've lost $75. So we're starting to see where there's potentially high sample size and high win rates, right? So then we're going to continue, and then I click tag, add filter, scalp. We've already done high-low, edge zone. But you've taken 41 of those trades. Let me get the color from that. So it's on another monitor, and I'm just pulling the color off of this. Oof, you can't see it for shit. Let's lighten it up. You kind of see it. Unless we just do this. Let me lighten it up a little more. Hold on, let's paste it back in there. Yes, and then let's bring it to the left maybe. Because I want to keep the tag the same color. I like color coding shit because it just helps us. It's such a funky color, man. Whatever. 41 trades. You've made $2,800. 56% win rate. Interesting, because when I calculate that, see, I don't know if our calculator is right, but it should. Oh, you know why it wasn't working? Because you have to select this and this. Oh, that's why that calculator wasn't working. So you gotta, if you're gonna do the calculate stats, you gotta click this and this to turn it on. There you go. See, 41 trades, Chewy, 56% win rate. You've made 2,800.
Okay.
So you can quickly calculate when you're tagging and come up with the number that's here. See, 41 trades. So this is a great way to just see, like, when you're preloading your tags, hey, how does this perform? So now that I've got this filter, what I'm going to do is a white one. P&L, add the filter, minus $1 million. That's 100. And then we're going to name it. These are your point-to-points. A point-to-point is like between a hold and a scalp, which we aren't getting good performance on it. So now let's edit the filter. So instead of making all these equity charts and all this other, what's up, dude? Instead of making all these equity curves like you see up here and shit, I'll just shrink it. You can do this table, which is very handy to build a complex filter. So let's see here. Let me. So that is there. Let's filter it. So now what I'm going to do is hit tag, and this is performing well. This widget section used to freeze really badly. So now I'm going to just sort of do what I already did before. I'm going to color it So I'm going to copy and paste this over. Same thing here. I want to rechange this. Oop. So the color coding tags is very important. So when you go through these tables, you can like quickly go, oh, that's what that means. So your point to points with a 24-hour value area is an 18% win rate on an 11 trade sample size. For those that are joining, we're finding edge. We're legitimately attempting to find edge for a prop trader. No inflection point, which I believe is going to be a shitty tag for you. Let's actually look at your no inflection points. So I just want to see how, here's this raw equity curve. I'm going to put on the trade by trade markers. I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to just put in tag, add filter. Let's look at your no inflection point. Yeah, look at your Chewy. You see that?
Yeah.
Now, most of your trades are not being done on no inflection points, but it's definitely lost you a substantial amount of money for the size you're trading.
Yeah.
Can you take a note for me?
Yeah.
I don't want you to be taking these anymore.
Yeah, I don't mean to, like, when I take them, it's like typically because of tilt and frustration. Or sometimes it's a misclick.
Well, then let's take a fucking look. Let's actually do this. So what I'm going to do is split it. And this is how you do a monthly review, guys. So I'm going to copy it, which is up here, and paste it here. So I don't have to do that fucking filter again. I'm going to go to the widget level filter. I'm going to put in tag. I want to see how his emotions or when he's clear on price action. Okay, that's you clear on price action versus confused. Well, you're definitely taking a fair share. Even if you're clear, it's still not working. So one thing I can do is his emotions. So I'm going to filter out the good emotions by crossing them out. So any of these combinations down here, which may or may not work. Let's see if it... Oh, that's crazy. It's interesting. How many trades is that? 19, and you've taken 29 of these. So out of the 29, you've had some emotional issue.
So 19 out of 29.
There's been a... Yeah, that means these emotions were not there. So these emotions here, so that's telling me you had either a yellow or a red tag in one of those categories in here. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, yeah.
So when you're doing a no inflection trade, which we know, maybe if your emotions are better, let's do this. Let's see what happens when you have all ideal emotions. This, and this. 8 of those were ideal emotions across the board, but you still didn't do well.
Mm-mm.
So that's what this is telling me is that this is an emotional tag, but even if you have ideal emotions, you're still losing money on it. So we need to probably not do those anymore.
Yeah.
And I know the sample rate is low, but when the first time you're getting statistics, you have to work with what you have and just build upon it, you know? You can't.
Right.
So I could rename all of these at some point, which is going to take a while, but gonna just keep chugging along because I need to keep building his master filter. So we'll go here, tag, add filter, point to point with a 30-minute value area because he does like profiles. These are 30-minute value areas on profiles or TPO or what?
Both. I mean, I use the value area for market profile and value area for volume profile, and I create like a pocket. I use both of them and draw like a box. Both of them are so.
Okay. So for the profile traders, this is how he's sort of performing with profiles. Swap the color. Again, it's a bit hard to see, but 5 trades, 40% win rate. You've made $82 point to points. Let's continue. And then we'll be able to see his execution method. Yeah, we're in the journaling program. So this is how you find edge. And this is my prop trader. We're doing a monthly review. I've already done one with another trader and it was private. And I figured this will help you guys use the software. And ultimately, I needed the software for what you're seeing now because I need to know where Chewy has edge and where he doesn't so we can get him on the right fucking track. Which he had been doing good, but then we started to have a little bit of a hiccup in his trading. So, but that's no problem. We now what we know for a fact is like we shouldn't be doing these inflection trades. Cool, love your stuff, man. Helps me a lot with integrating tilt into calmness and clarity. Nice. Yeah, so we're filtering his shit, like his emotions and stuff. So your high-low of day, point to points, 43% win rate, 7 trades. You've made 100. Again, he trades pretty much 2 lots. And finally, we got the tag. And this is a good filter to build that's high-low. Let's look at his edge zone tag, which we know has edge for scalping, and it actually has edge for point to points. That's interesting. I'm going to actually color it like a deeper blue because it's so hard to see. So this is here's what you're seeing is you're seeing this combination here. So his scalp with his edge zone tag, which it's a footprint technique, and maybe one day we can show this to you guys. But it's basically an imbalance on a footprint where there's like heavy buying or selling. And he's combining that with a scalp. And if you hit this calculate stats, you can see this statistic here, which is the same up here. 41 trades, he's made 2,800. So if you're like live tagging, you can quickly figure out. So if we do point to points, 23 trades, 43% win rate. I'm interested in exploring that more. But he's still doing well with point to points. His point to point trades are suffering, which is this blue, or I'm sorry, this purple tag. It's up. It's up $420. But these purple are his point to point trades. What's up, man? And they were working really good. Now they're starting to suffer. The scalps are starting to perform really well, but for some reason we're seeing good performance here. In fact, they're all winning. All of your point-to-point trades are winning. except for the 24-hour value, and there's an 11 trade sample size, so that's decent. We're just I'm looking at a prop trader statistics. We're doing a month end of the month review, and we're trying to figure out where he has edge. And I figured this would be a good tutorial on how to find statistical edge. So this is his equity curve for holds, point to points, and scalping. And if his overall equity curve would be this right here. He had been performing really well, and then we just had a lot of problems. Mid-December. He's digging out of it, so was that psychology or what the fuck was it? Well, here's the thing. We shouldn't tell him to just scalp because keep this in mind. The first time we looked at his statistics was back here, and his scalps were performing like shit. So I want to know, why is his scalps performing like shit? And then we figured out what tag combinations got his scalping to where he actually performed well with scalping, and he made that adjustment. So that's why it's performing well. So here's the thing. We don't want to tell him to say, hey, just scalp. We want to figure out why these are performing like shit, and can we fix that? So maybe he should still hold and do point to points, but what is fucking those trades? See, that's what we're trying to do. We want to know why, because like again, his scalping sucked. And the first time I saw his scalping, I'm like, don't scalp. I'm like, no, let's look at it at a deeper level. And then we figured out what exactly the problem was, and then he fixed it. So now we need to figure out what the problem is with his other trades. So let me add another widget. So this is like, you really want to know why is something the way it is. It's 10,000, so minus $1 million. So we're just doing like a quick hack. And this is probably going to get broken up into multiple videos. So we're going to title this holds. So I'm comparing like his inflection points to the style of trading. And then we're going to look at his executions. So that's his holds. So I'm building this kooky master filter, which I think is a great way to just analyze your stats. So we're going to look at all the holds, and then I'm going to work my way down. Oops. It's a 24-hour value area. So again, if you're a profile trader, this is how these inflection points are working for him. Put that exact color there. And I want to add. So you've had 6 on your hold. You've had 6 trades at a 67% win rate. We don't know if he's fading or what he's doing yet, right? Again, hold, no inflection points. There's a little bit of a bug here. Oops, something happened. I fucked something up. Oh, you know what I did? I put it up here. My bad. So be careful at your widget level filter, because it'll filter all this shit here. All right. So we need to come back here and put this yellow color back in. And then I want to come in here, tag, add filter, hold, no inflection. I'm going to make it red. Yeah. Go to the most recent videos and just go to the journal software, or if you can see the URL, I'll just copy and paste it and put it in chat. Just you can use it. It's saved on your PC currently, so I can't see your statistics. So Chewy gave me his JSON file, which is up here. So we can see that your no inflection point on your holds is killing you. You've lost every fucking time. And there are bugs and shit. So just keep that in mind. It's not we are polishing it, but let's see your 30-minute value area trades, which is not showing up because I need to drag this down. Board trades at a 50% win rate. They're not. Hold on real quick. Yeah, we'll do Motive Wave if you join the Discord and send an export file. We'll add any fucking platform. We just need your export file. That's the thing, is like if we don't have and sometimes your softwares, they so this is kind of the boring part of building a master filter. But once this is done, was that a 30-minute value area? Let's look at your high-low of day. Holy shit, bro. You're crushing it here. You see this shit, Chewy?
Is my mic on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am seeing it.
So when you do a hold with a high of low of day on a hold trade, I mean, I know you only have 7 trades, but goddamn. It's a 57% win rate.
I did not know that. Interesting.
Right? So you didn't know that.
Yeah, this is news to me.
Is that the last fucking tag? No, it's edge zone tag, which this one seems to be performing well. Let's see how it works with your hold. I'm really curious about this one.
Just about break even.
Interesting.
I have a lot of trades come back on me in this tag. And typically when I use this tag, it's kind of I've been doing a lot more point to points. I think. Yeah, 23 versus 15. I mean, it's semi-balanced actually.
So I'm gonna rename these so that way we. And this isn't much about putting on a YouTube show as it is working with Chewy. So notice how it says 24-hour value area. So what I'm gonna do is name it this one. This one I'm just copy and pasting. So now we see it's like scalp tag with 24-hour value area, scalp tag with no inflection point. So again, I'm building out this master filter, because that way the next time we do this shit, I don't have to build this again. This one here. This is not the edge zone tag. This is the 30-minute value area. So it says, I know it's hard to read, 30-minute value area, 30-minute, 30-minute. So now I'm just sort of going down the list and naming it.
I can see it fine on my end.
And then we're going to go to the purple tag. All the purple colored and just paste it. And what's good is I can copy and paste this filter. So this is how we're going to build the next set of shit quickly. High-low. Where's the next fucking one? So now it's saying high-low. And then we have edge zone, which you seem to have a lot of edge with this tag combination, period, plain and simple. I did change them that more blue color because it is too hard to see.
Yeah, that's fine.
So what this is, so like what I could do, and I'm going to fucking save the shit out of this. So what I want to do, because I don't want to accidentally delete this. So I'm going to press clone page. And it should, if it doesn't work right away, I just reload the page. See how it says copy? This is just like templates. So if you build a complex filter, I recommend having a second tab up there just to fucking save it. Because obviously it took me forever to make this. And one thing I can really do here, which is interesting, I'll show you this. So you can press hide series settings and all that junk goes away. And what I can do is I can, actually, let's unhide it. See if it's up here. See this clipboard right here? Copy it. And then I'll do an equity chart. And then I should be able to paste it, I think. Hold on. So I want to copy this. Copy it. Oops. I don't know how to use my own fucking shit. Give me a minute. Oh, look at that. I see I just fucked that up. I accidentally deleted that. This is why.
Thanks to
Good to
heavens you did
fucking
that.
save the motherfucker. Because I would not want to make that again. And there's some bugs. There they are. Thank God.
Close
So
call
what I
there.
can do is copy it. Okay, copy, and then I think this is the, yep, there it is. Okay, so copy up here. Look, copy here, and you can paste. So what, it took this entire filter I built, and it applied it here. Now, you may be thinking, like, what the fuck? That's too many, like, lines and shit. Okay, I understand that. So what we essentially can do at this point is I'll hit hide series settings. I'm going to put the markers on. So now what I can do is, it's bugged. Go to widget filters, and then I can go, hey, go to tags, and let's only look at the scalp. So I'll get rid of point to points and holds. And now it's showing just his scalps. And it's showing the various, like, underlying tags, which this is going to be the no inflection point. This one's going to be the high-low of day. And then what I can do is look at his emotions and stuff. So what I essentially did was just built this master filter where you have this master equity curve. And then we can, like, filter it. Like, what does his scalps look like if he has, if he's clear on it, on the price action. He actually performs really good across the board. How does he do in ranges? Interesting. So again, this is just scalps. The edge zones work really good in a ranging market. What about your trending environment? This is going to be interesting. I do want to see your performance. And so you need to make sure it's saying don't include these tags. So I kind of don't need this right the fuck now, so I'm going to get rid of it. I am interested in hide series. Little buggy. Sometimes you got to reload the page. I'm interested to see your trend versus ranging. How are you doing? You are. That's trend. Obviously, there's not as many trend days as range days. Blue is ranging. Dude, your fucking performance is stinking on trend days. But again, it has that real, like, mean reverty look to it. You seen that shit? Chewy, are you there or did you walk away?
Oh, dude, sorry, my mic was off. I was saying that,
What's
yeah,
going
I
on in
know
trend days? What do you think's going on with your trend
what I
days?
think it's got to be because it's coming back so much. They
Okay,
come back.
here's how we can check that. Let's get rid of that. Let's look at the trend day. Go to this gear icon and then show the MAE and the MFE. See
Leaving a
these
lot on
trades
the
here?
table.
You're nailing them perfectly and exiting them perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it seems like these trades barely work in your favor and they immediately are going against you. And that's why you're
Yeah.
losing here.
Yeah. Yeah. And also on trend days, a lot of it is also a mixture of leaving a lot on the table as well. Inevitably.
To me, it seems like it's almost like if the trade doesn't work immediately in your favor, that's why you're taking losses. That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
See how close your MFE line is?
Yeah. Yeah, like just barely works and then dumps against me.
Yeah, we can look at his. Continue to just. So I'm going to continue with this master filter. So what I'm going to do, copy here, paste here. And if you don't want, and see how it's not loading for now until that bug gets ironed out, reload the page. But if you want to, you copy here and you paste it to the clipboard. If you want to take this filter and put it on a pie chart or some shit, for example. I mean, this is going to hurt your fucking eyes, but I'll do it. Copy and then paste it here. And you can see it took this entire filter set and put it in a pie chart. I don't think this is the most amazing way to read this specific data. So what I'm going to do in this section is, what we're going to do is we're going to look at his, these in-betweeners only go with the edge zone tag, so I'm not going to do that right now. I want to look at all your execution methods. So what I
Okay.
want to do is look at your execution methods. So what I want to do is, how do I want to build this filter? So there's 4 tags. So we got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I need to delete shit. But anyways, let's just go through this. So we're gonna have this. So I'm gonna edit this. I'm gonna leave the scalp on, but I'm gonna get rid of this tag and go to fade. I want this blue color. I'm gonna copy it over. Which I believe is this one. And then it's called fade. And then I'm gonna name it fade. So your scalp with a fade technique. So we're looking at just his entry criteria with a scalp trade. So he has 4 of them. He has fade, imbalance, shimmy, which I think is just sort of a pullback trade, right, Chewy?
Yeah, it kind of pulls back into an edge zone, and then I take it.
Mean advantage, and then breakout. I think those are self-explanatory. So we can see we got the color of the tag. So we're not including that in that quote unquote inflection point, but I'm going to build out a filter on top of this so we can quickly dial it in. And you're going to be like, oh, fuck, this software is crazier than I thought. So we're going to do this. This needs to be yellow. Let me copy that color code over. So we're going to go here. And it's called imbalance shimmy. Let me name it that. And you can see how like it is a little buggy where it's not quite showing the color right away, so you can reload it or whatever. So on your fade trade, on your scalp, when you fade, you have a 19 sample size at a 47% win rate. You've made $987. Your imbalance shimmy is not performing well
Okay.
on scalps. What did you say the imbalance shimmy was?
It's very, very situational, and I haven't really been using it as much as I used to,
That's
probably for good
interesting.
reason. But
It's
like if something pulls into an edge zone, I'll wait for it to tap it again before I enter. But more recently, I've been doing the fade where I take the first test of the edge zone and then adjust my risk. And because I've noticed that's been doing better, and that shows up right there. So yeah, interestingly, and I've taken more imbalance shimmies, and my fades are doing much better.
Let's look at your mean advantage. And let me name it. I think that's the default pink. Um, and unfortunately, it's not loading right off the rip. Mean advantage trades are not performing nearly as well as the fade.
Interesting.
18 trades on your scalps, you've made $165. So we're starting to see where your scalp, even though you're performing good as a scalper, currently overall, it seems like a lot of the performance is fading. What are you fading specifically?
So like by fade, I mean like when say the price, pukes down a bit and I've got typically when I take a fade, it's off of an edge zone. It's rarely anything other than an edge zone. It'll fade or puke down, and on that puke down, I like basically pinpoint the bottom, which is an edge zone. I buy the edge zone, adjust my risk, and then I would consider that fading a move to the other
Okay.
end.
So it's making sense to you. Well, I mean, it makes sense to him. So that's the thing. I don't need to know exactly how he's trading in order to. Oops, I fucking broke it. That's that. And then we need to actually trash can this right here. And then what I'm going to actually do is, since I'm building this filter, I don't want to fuck up. I'm going to save my work by doing that. So on breakouts, you actually perform decent on breakouts with your scalps. 23 trades, you've made $440. Nowhere near as good as fades, but
Yeah, almost the least amount of sample size and the highest return on fades, which is interesting.
Whereas your mean advantage scalp and your imbalanced shimmy scalp, you're floundering on. We'll figure
Okay.
out why. Like, I want to know if there's emotions involved. Are you clear? How is that? Is the trend days fucking with it? Like, there's a. That's why I'm building this filter so we can figure that out. All right. So next we need to go to your point the points. We're gonna copy this where it says, and we're gonna put that there, and then I'm gonna actually take that color code and put it here. Oops, son of a bitch. Well, it's this one. So point to point. Let's look at your point to points on fades, see how that's performing. 5 trades, you've lost 275 at a 20% win rate. Next, we're going to do point to point. Imbalance shimmy. 16 trades. Wow, you're making money on that. 16 trades at 1400. Hey, your point to points have a decent sample rate on the imbalanced shimmy.
Interesting.
Whereas on your scalping, it's not working.
Okay.
So it's interesting. And what we can do is we can build out A plus, like in this section. I can figure out what tag combos are good, so I can go like this. I can say, hey, his point to points are good with imbalanced shimmy. And then what I can do is put, let's just say it's A plus. I would make it green. You can shrink it. So now we know these two combos are good. So when he's tagging during a session, we'll go to tomorrow.
Dude, this is badass. This is so cool
What?
to
The A
see all
plus
this.
builder?
Yeah, just like everything that I'm watching here
So
is
check it
really.
out. You can hover over this and it shows you the tags. You see that?
Yeah, that's
During the
freaking
session.
cool.
Or if you don't do that and you go like this and you click and you just happen to be tagging, you'll see this just pop up.
Yeah, dude, this is awesome, man.
Or you can click it and it'll just put it in for you. So you want to make sure you have the execution checkbox and the trade type, and you can go to calculate stats. Which it seems like it's fucked up. There's a bug here. Yeah, we got, oh, it's because it's doing all the trades. My bad. So you need to tag it, calculate. There you go. 16 trades, 69% win rate. On average, he makes 89 bucks. So that's telling you like roughly how many ticks. And he's made 1,400, which is the same thing this is telling us here. 16 trades, 69% win rate, 1,400. So when you're in live in the moment, you can just calculate your statistics, which I think is what makes this journal kind of better than what's out there. Is you're able to just figure out, hey, I mean, in the end, you have to tag. Chewy's put in a lot of work tagging. Because, I mean, obviously, if you're not tagging your trades and shit and having unique data points, well, you're kind of fucked. So that's interesting. We'll dive more into that, but we could have an A plus tag there. So wherever we're seeing a lot of sample rate, whether it's good or bad, we're going to want to explore more of that. We have Excuse me. We got our point-to-point fade and balance shimmy. Now we need to edit here. See how he's doing with his mean advantage, which is going to be a pink tag. So I'm going to copy, Control C, and then come here. Oh, it would be this one at 10 trades, $57. 30% win rate. He doesn't seem to be, Chewy, you don't seem to be doing really good on mean advantage execution techniques. We're here. And then we're going to go this high-low of day, point-to-point breakouts. Let's see how he does on his breakouts. Let me copy that. Once, I mean, the real fun comes when I'm able to, after all this shit is fucking built here. Change the color. Oh, interesting. Dude, your scalp breakouts perform substantially better than your point-to-point trades on breakouts. You've had 22 trades on your breakouts with point-to-points, and you've made $132. Whereas you've had the same sample size on scalping. I wonder if your point-to-points, if they were turned into scalps, if this is where your point-to-points might need to be scalps. Let's take a look. That's actually kind of interesting. I want to, so I'm going to come up here and I want to look at this. I know it's hard to see. Let's toggle it. Oof. Either way, let me actually do this. Let's just color it white. Okay, here's your point-to-points on breakouts. Oh, wait, yeah. Dude, you're leaving so much goddamn money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm thinking?
Huh.
Hold on, let's look at the downstrokes. It's almost like you're it's almost like instead of doing a point-to-point trade on a breakout, maybe you should just scalp it.
Yeah. Or I'm like trying to hold it for too much.
I'm curious though. I want to know the coloring on your fucking trades. Let me finish this. Actually, no, fuck it. We'll do it now. So there's a rating system. You all have this. Let me actually do this. So let's do. The Nadra course, I made a video on it, and there's a course review video. You should go watch it. I can't pull it up right now though. I did it a long time ago though. So let's do this. We're gonna do tag, add filter. We're gonna go scalp, and then I'm gonna do it 3 more times. So why would I do such a thing? Well, in your journal, you can hit these stars right here. I'm not going to do, because you already tagged. This green, yellow, or red, everybody has the ability to do that. Red means bad trade. I should have never done that. Green means it's pretty perfect. Yellow means I could have managed it differently. So all of these trades are going to have a ranking. So what you can do is then go to rating, add filter. We'll do red. So I'm going to actually have to color this red. And there's a rating yellow. There's a better method, I think, to getting the color to work. Go to rating, add the filter green. So out of all your scalps, which, let me actually delete that. So I can do this instead. Let's add the rating first. Add filter green. There you go. And then I can do tag help. So this is his rating on his scalps. You can see that these are red star ratings. That means he knows these are bad trades. These yellow ones means he should have done something different. Notice they're break even. And obviously green stars are performing well. I'd be interested to know. One, two, three. We'll do this. We'll go to, so this is sort of a master filter. Again, so do red. Oops, go to rating, add filter. And then it typically defaults the color. It's defaulting the color. That's the overall equity curve. Now let's look at his point to points. How is he rating his point to points? Because if he's giving it bad ratings, that's telling us something. So, and then what I'll do is I'll go to widget filters like this and I'll say, don't show me scalps. See how I do that? Otherwise, this turns into a mess. So we're going to make it say scalp. And then we're going to make this say point to point. Control A, C. Hopefully it didn't reload the page. There we go. So here's your point to points, Chewy. They actually perform well when you green star them to some degree.
Okay.
But that's kind of that's a given, right?
Yeah.
And then let's add 3 more. So I'm going to say don't show me point to points or scalps. Let's look at just holds. So we're going to go to rating, add filter, and then tag, add filter. Hopefully it does the fucking shit the right. There it goes. And then I'm going to just type hold in here. Control A, C. Control A, V, V. Then I'm going to go here, rating. So click rating, add the rating first if you want it to be yellow. Otherwise, it'll do the pink, this blue color for that tag. And then rating, add filter, green stars, and then go to tag, add filter, holds. Here's your holds. So we can see, I mean, even your holds perform well in Green Star. Let's look at just your Green Star trades. Let's look at all of them. So what I'm going to do is uncheck all of them. But then I'm going to go to here and go rating, add filter, and I'm going to say, don't show me red stars, don't show me yellow stars. So I know they're all the same color, so you hover over it. This is his scalps in green. His point to points down here, and then this back one here is his holds. So we're starting to see that your holds, if they're green stars, they perform well. Your point to points are starting to suffer a little bit. Let's look at just the yellow stars. So instead of saying don't show, I can just go, hey, just show the yellow. His scalps are performing good. What's interesting is on your yellow star holds and point to points, you were performing well, and now they're just dumping.
Oh.
So I think you need to do a new set of tags, Chewy. I think you need yellow star tags. I'll build it real quick. I'm going to just do it up here. So I think you need I'll just copy it from mine. So you're going to have like a held too long tag. You're going to have, where is it? Where the fuck did it go? Oh, I put it here. Oh, shit. What was the name of this tag originally?
Fade, inbound, shimmy.
Can you look at your journal? I actually named something I shouldn't have.
Yeah, one sec.
It's the last execution tag.
It's breakout.
What color is it? I think we might have
Blue.
Hold on, let's see. I can see it here. So, can you copy the color code and send it to me in a DM?
How do I see what color code it is? Oh.
Go to your tags.
Yeah.
Edit the color and the tag setting.
Yeah, I got it.
Just DM it to me. And how's breakout spelled? I want to fix it. I made a fuck up.
BREAK.
Is it like this, all capital?
No. It's.
Yeah, just DM me the color code.
All right, let me do that
I
first.
think there's a bug here.
All right, there's the color code.
Show me how exactly you spelled it. I want to fix it.
All right, there you go.
Okay. Well, we'll do that later, but I think you need yellow star. I think you need like this, yellow star. So we'll go add tag. You're gonna have a held too long. tag. You're gonna have a you're gonna have a hell too long. You need a better entry because you're not getting in good enough. Didn't hold enough. I think those are the 3 tags you're gonna need.
Do you think too tight of stop or too
Could be.
wide of
Yeah,
stop?
it could be. So we're gonna develop for this next month. For the next month, we're gonna have yellow star tags because that's what I'm doing. Because obviously you're managing something not right. And we need to figure out what the fuck's going on. Because when we look at your, like, why is that dipping? And now it might be an execution method or some bullshit like that. You know what I'm saying? Let's look at your red stars. Obviously, red stars a bad trade, and obviously Chew's not performing well on any of this, and it makes sense. But you can see how we build out this master filter, and I can kind of just, then I can take that away, and then I'll just sort of show a mess. But the reason I kind of want a lot of filtered shit is so I can chunk it down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Howdy. Good to meet you. Unofficially, but officially. So anyways, let's continue to look at this. Get rid of this because I've been building this. I'm going to copy it and paste it here. So far we have held point. We've done breakout, I think is the last one. Let's look at your holds. So we're going to go hold fade on your holds. Holy shit. So, Chewy, on your fade, let me actually copy that. Now we're looking for fucking edge in a trader's stats. Chewy, whatever you're doing, when you're on a hold trade and you're fading, you're losing a lot.
I
6
see.
trades, minus 602. I don't know. Maybe if there's emotions involved, we're going to figure that out. But we're building this master deal here for now. Get rid of that. Imbalance shimmy. Let's see what this is performing. 14 trades and you're roughly break even on it.
Mm.
Let me get the color over there. Imbalance shimmy. And then I think this is mean advantage. Oh, holy shit. You're fucking crushing it here, dude. So on your mean advantage, let me put it in there. It's the default pink. Let me reload it. So on your mean advantage holds, I don't know why it's not. Oh, there it is. Wait, what the fuck is this? For $1,000. Maybe that's a different trade. Oh, it is. Oops. Mean advantage, you're losing. And then, which is over here, then we got to do this. Let's see how you do on breakouts. That's where you're making the money on your holds, dude. You seeing that shit? 19 trades, $1,550. Again, he's a 2-lot trader, 47% win rate. Let me get that color over there. Color code. And then this one can go in the garbage. So, out of all your hold trades, when it comes to execution technique, breakouts, so that we can start to filter this shit. I do want to build, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to clone this page, because I don't want to lose this filter. And when you clone the page, sometimes it doesn't immediately do shit, so you kind of have to. And if you want to hide all that junk, you can do that. We don't need that. And then I'm going to build one more filter, which is going to be your edge zones. So it's the edge zone tag with the in-betweeners. Because you said those work together, correct? Chewy?
Sorry, I mute my mic because I have background noise. But yeah, they're relatively new though, so there won't be much data.
All right. So this one can be done. I think there's 4 of these, if I'm not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what I'm gonna do is just do this tag, add filter. So this tag and these go together. They're pretty exclusive. Howdy. So we're gonna go tag, add filter, and it's just gonna be these. Oops, this one here. I think I'm on 1, 2, 3. And then the fun starts. 1, 2, 3. Let me actually reload it. Because it's not showing the updating on it. So if somebody's watching this a million years later, this has probably been fixed. Have all of them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are all your edge zone tags. We're going to go to columns. I'm going to just kind of. Don't want to see this shit. Your B2B moment, you've made a lot of money on 9 trades. Whatever's going on here is just making you money, period. But we can see you are losing money in certain sections because you have a 42% win rate, an 88 and a 78. So Chewy, your excuse me, your B2B edge zone combo and the 30-minute EZ have really good win rates. Does that make sense to you of what's going on in there or no?
Yeah.
Okay, now we have all these master sort of filters, and what I'm going to do is copy this one and just paste it down here because I want to move this shit to the top. So what I want to do is I want to look. This is where we really figure out what's going on in this trading. Now what I want to do is just real quick. I want to make like this. I want to look at his emotions. So gonna be. We do want to check his emotions on a lot of shit. So, are you getting upset? No. Are you wanting to trade now? No desire. These are loop timer tags. Are you okay with your P&L? Yes. So these are ideal emotions. Okay. And then we'll add 3 more tags. These are where his emotions are starting to slip. And since we've had this journal for a while and I've been really looking at statistics, emotions really do affect you. You know, we talk about it like it's theory and shit, but my God, like just seeing other traders. Now we're going to look at the bad emotions. When he's like full tilt almost, when he's pissed off, let's see how many trades. Not many. When he's impatient, so this is an impatient tag, and this would be when his P&L is bothering him. So these are all of his trades and all of the emotions, since the emotions are pretty complex. So what we can now do is let's do this. So this is a really fast filter we can do for him. Copy, paste, paste. I'm going to make this come up. I'm going to toggle this real quick. Notice how the pie chart's not coming up if that happens. Just and a few bugs. So these are all of his emotions. I clone this shit. I'm going to go to widget filters and I want to check out the rating. So let's look at, this is going to be his 1-star trades, or his red stars, his yellow stars, his green stars. Well, this is interesting. Obviously, on his red star trades, he's fucking, his emotions are flaring up in the red. Makes sense. But what's interesting is Chewy, your emotions aren't ideal on, like, you're still dealing with emotions on your green star trades too.
Yeah, I see that. Could be because sometimes I'll be coming off of like a bad trade or something, but I don't know.
Anyways, do I trade options? No, not anymore. I get fucked up on them. It's tough. Anyways, let's start filtering this shit and look at. So you got what time do you need to get off at?
4.
Okay. So we have a little bit of time. Let's just start with your scalps. So notice how I apply this page filter scalp. Notice how there's a bunch of zeros. I'm going to zoom way in. See how there's all these zeros? Because these are point-to-point and hold trades. So it's saying, hey, just show us scalps. So we can see he has a substantial amount of edge in the edge zone. Oh, yeah. Awesome. So what we notice is he has a huge sample rate on the edge zone tag with the scalps. He has a 56% win rate. 41 trades. Cumulative P&L is 2,800. Let's add one more thing. Let's look at so on a 2-lot, your average win is $68. Give me a second here. So what is 68 on 2 lots? How many ticks is that?
Um, just under 3 ticks.
So you're scalping about 3 ticks there. On these edge zone. Do you take trades that small usually?
No, it's probably a conglomeration of larger wins and larger losses.
So we know he's winning a lot here. Let's figure out why he's winning. So I'm going to go to edge zone and I'm going to filter out just edge zone. So actually still showing me statistics up there. Give me
It's probably because on some trades I have like a double whammy. You know, there could be a
Oh,
20...
you're selecting multiples of these?
Yeah, there could be an instance of that.
Interesting. So he's able to multi-select certain tags. That's good to know. So you're able to do this. Okay, yeah. He's able to select multiple tags in there. That's interesting. So when I filter edge zone tags, that means your edge zone, 2 of them are complementing the high-low of day. 2 of them are complementing the 30-minute value area. 3 of them are complementing the 24-hour value area. And you're still making money with those complement tags. 41 of them are standalone, meaning they're not being complemented. So we're not getting enough of a sample rate up here to really know if there's edge here, but we know at a standalone, there's definitely edge. The problem is the more we start to filter his tags, the more we start to filter his tags, the less of a sample size we get. So we can see the edge zone, and then over here, this is going to be his entry technique. So if we zoom in just on this middle square, since I'm filtering it at a page level, 1,000, you have 9 trades where you faded the edge zone on a scalp. So scalp, edge zone, fade tag, right? So seems like breakouts and fades on an edge zone is where you're making a lot of money, Chewy.
I see.
Your imbalanced shimmies, you're only making 600 on a
On a
17.
larger sample size,
Yeah,
yeah.
so I'm curious why that is. His mean advantage is 100 on a 9 sample. That's not good. Now, these are going to be edge zone tags. These are newer. We don't have enough of a sample rate to really look at this. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to put this over here. I have a video on options where I scalp options. It's called options for like dunces or dummies or some shit. Man, when you're fighting time decay, you're just getting, it's hard. And if you're scalping, the platforms all fucking suck. But anyways, so I'm gonna do one more of these. It's gonna be a quick filter. And hide the series. It's gonna be the ratings, obviously. If I missed somebody's question, I apologize. Let's look at his. So we want to look at your green stars, your red stars. I'm gonna just rename them. So this is all filters we don't need to make ever again. So like half the fucking.
Will I be able to copy and paste these onto
I'm
my
gonna give you the
journal?
JSON.
Oh, okay.
So let's actually do the columns real quick. There's gonna be a master toggle at some point. Let's look at where he's got. So again, everybody has access to the rating system. Let's hide the series. So what's interesting is with scalps on the edge zone, 22 of those were green stars, 14 were yellow stars. You have a 73% win rate, but why is there emotions involved in that? That's what I want to know.
Have we looked at the pie chart with the edge zone on there? Oh, okay.
No, yeah, here's your emotions. Check out how it's dwindled. So this is like unfiltered. So let's go up here. What we'll do is we'll unfilter it. This is all your motions on all your trades, right? You saw it earlier.
Yeah.
Right? These are all emotions across every fucking trade you've ever taken since you've used this. So when we look at your scalps, let's just look at standalone scalps real quick. We still have emotions on standalone scalps. Quite a bit. But when we put in the edge zone, your emotions go away drastically. You've only taken a few trades over there, except for your yellow stars. For some reason, you're not as emotional when you're doing these edge zone scalps combinations. So maybe there's like a level of confidence or some shit.
Yeah.
So we can see we can see that this we're not really looking at. Let me actually swap places by doing that. See ya. So here's all the trades. So we know that. I'm curious. Actually, there's a lot of weird filtering I want to do. So I know you got to go. I think what we're going to do is just conclude this here. But what I want to do is just sort of, I want to copy and paste these tables 3 times and then filter out the stars. And then I want to see your clarity versus your confusion. But so far, your scalp edge zone breakouts and fades do really well. I'm curious if that's contributing to this. Let's take a look. Let's just do this real quick before you go. Let's just screenshot this so I can kind of remember. So what I'm going to do is these 2 trades, I want to look at these 2, but you can't do that. So what I got to do is go, don't show me these 2. Oh, that's interesting. Is there a time where you put these 2 of these tags on at the same time, Chewy?
Yeah, there has been.
Almost can't do that. Let's look at this fades. So when you're fading, that includes imbalanced shimmy, 4 of them, and then one of them was with a mean advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So when we're running the fade tag, most of them were green stars.
Okay.
Here's the total. Look. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, I can see it.
None of them were red stars.
Very interesting.
You're making a lot of money. So whatever reason you're doing something right in there, but you're not performing bad on it. And you're not, here's your emotions. You're not, let's look at the breakouts. So out of your 11 breakouts, one of them was attached to a mean advantage and one of them was attached to the imbalanced shimmy.
Okay.
And what's interesting is, here's those stats. 937 were green stars. I'm wondering if something, I mean, this is such a low sample size. Let's see if your emotions, you felt good on all of them. Let's look at just your mean advantages real quick. Out of the 9 mean advantages you have, 1 is attached to a breakout, an imbalance, and a fade. Or it could be a different combination. What's interesting is your mean advantage. A lot of it is, there's a high sample rate on yellow star. Again, this is why we're going to make a yellow star tag, because we need to figure out more. And let's look at your imbalanced shimmy. Well, your imbalanced shimmy would not be performing too terribly bad if we didn't take some red star trades, which there's a fuckload of. I don't know why this is not showing anything. It's just not. Because there's 3 of those there. Who fucking knows? I might have filtered it like shit. But either way, you taking a lot. There's something going on where you're like, I'm not. This is a bad trade, or I'm managing it like shit. So what this is telling me is your imbalanced shimmy. You're not happy with your management for some fucking reason. So that might not be a bad trade. All right, I know you got to go.
Yep. All right, man. This was
What
super enlightening.
we're gonna continue this on YouTube. This helps you guys figure out how to find the edge, and we just started. Like most of this was building these filters. So the next episode, we're gonna really just figure out. We're gonna go through each of his trades and really figure out what the fuck is going on. All right, man.
All
Did you
right,
want
yeah,
to say
thank you.
anything?
I just wanted to say that I'm super grateful and appreciative for your time and showing me all this stuff that I didn't even know. So I'm super excited.
Do you have an idea of what might be going on in your trading after seeing this?
Uh, more recently, a lot of it's been emotions. I know that I leave a lot on the table, and I know that I let trades come back to me a lot. But most importantly, what I'm seeing is that I do have edge. It's just convoluted with a bunch of trades that don't have edge. Um, but yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing.
Cool. And then we'll start building out A+ tag groupings and shit.
Yep. All right, Fat Cat. Thank you again.
All
I'm
right, I'm
gonna
gonna
go
send
ahead and
you
get out
this
of here.
JSON, and you're gonna need to use it for tomorrow's trading.
Yep.
All right, see ya.
See you later. Thank you, man.